Hello and welcome. Let's just get straight into it. Today we are diving into manifestation. Manifestation is the process of creation itself. It is how desires in the form of visions materialize within your physical experience. Manifestation is not something that humans do exclusively. It is the same current that creates all diversity of life on this plane. Feel into manifestation as nature's original alchemy, the unseen becoming seen, the flowering of vision into form. The same process that turns a seed into a fruit-bearing tree is the same process that allows you to translate inspiration into material creations that are the embodied expression of your desires. To understand this process, we can zoom out and begin to understand the laws of life on this plane of vibration. We will be going into depth with each one of these laws, adding threads to the tapestry we are weaving as we progress through Reality Architect. For now, let's just draw the outline, create a brief overview of how we can understand manifestation and therefore our powers as co-creators of our reality. The first law of manifestation we are going to understand regards polarity. It is the basic differentiation between masculine and feminine poles that gives rise to all diversity of life and material experiences on this plane. It has different fractal manifestations as you move up every layer of existence. The unique balance and pattern of masculine and feminine energies provides the fundamental tension that allows differentiation to begin with. When we reach the fractal expression that manifests as you, the stream of consciousness that you identify with, we can understand masculine and feminine energy dynamics as they relate to your ability to architect your reality. To bring any vision into form, both poles of energy are required. The yang, outward, penetrating force of action imprints intention into the material realm. The yin, receptive, feminine pole attunes to guidance, inspiration, and timing, ensuring that action is aligned rather than forced. It is through their union that life emerges. Action without receptivity becomes forceful and misaligned. Receptivity without action remains only potential. Manifestation is not only about doing, but about listening, trusting, and surrendering. It is the dance of these poles, action guided by receptivity, that allows vision to crystallize into reality. The next law of reality we're going to illuminate within the lens of manifestation is frequency. Frequency exists because everything is in a state of vibration. Nothing in this reality is static. Everything is energy in its essence. Patterns of thought, emotion, and physical matter exist within different frequency bands. Every pattern of thought manifests as emotion within the body, which acts as a magnet for materialization within the physical realm. Thought frequency vibrates very, very, very fast. It is slowed down into its emotional expression through the vehicle of your body and is expressed outwardly through your energy field. Your energy field, also called your attractor field, magnetizes you towards situations, experiences, and relationships that are aligned with your frequency. Because matter vibrates more slowly than thought, there is a vibrational lag between thought forms and the materialization in matter. Therefore, you must anchor and embody thought patterns that are cohesive with the creation of your desire repeatedly until they become part of your baseline state of functioning, an accepted reality within your subconscious mind. Embodiment first, then expression. This gives consciousness an opportunity to learn from itself through its reflections in the material world. You are existing on the plane of demonstration. This is how consciousness expands through contemplating itself and feeling and seeing its reflections within the world around it. This is divine intelligence in motion. We'll be exploring more deeply the journey of consciousness itself in later reality architect teachings. For now, let's illuminate more regarding how frequency relates to manifestation at the level of the human form. Remember, life expresses through you at all levels, above, below, and beyond you. Everything that you experience and create at the level of your human body has fractal reverberations throughout every plane of reality, with greater impact on the levels that you are vibrationally similar to. Often we view manifestation isolated from the level of humanity, and more so from the level of the self. We view manifestation through the lens of our self-perception. If our lens is contracted through identification with a limited construct of self, then we cut ourselves off from huge amounts of source energy, and manifestation is slow. We may feel like we are not the architects of our reality. If we identify solely with our body-based consciousness, we have access to only a body-based consciousness. This can still be a wondrous experience, but it is a limited experience. It is like seeing the color red when you could be seeing a whole rainbow. On the other hand, when we expand our self-perception beyond the realms of limited identity, we open ourselves to the infinite intelligence of life itself. We are aware that we have a body-based consciousness that is expressing in a unique way, but we see and feel ourselves beyond this. We have transmuted the fear that binds us to a predominantly materialistic expression of life and self. In doing so, we raise the vibration of the stream of consciousness that we are most associated with beyond the material world. We become lighter, literally lighter. More light floods through our being down to the level of our DNA. We become more spirit and less matter. Manifestation, therefore, happens at increasingly faster rates. We start to defy the normal laws of matter because there is less resistance to overcome. Thoughts materialize faster at high vibrations. In fact, the manifestation of thought can be almost instantaneous. This is the realm of miracles, the realm of the ascended masters. There is no fear within their being that is binding them to the material world. This is just one illustration of the true power of this work. This is the process that all humanity is engaged in, whether they realize it or not. We are always in a process of expansion beyond our limited concept of ourselves. Our fear seeks to be seen, and limitation seeks to be transmuted and expanded beyond. This is why you have desire in your heart. Desire is designed as a portal for your expansion. It brings you into contact with limitation because it is created through the distance between who you are and where you want to be. Without desire, there is no resistance. Without resistance, there is no limitation. Without limitation, there is no fear. So regardless of why you are here, what I know is that it is intertwined with desire. There is something you desire to learn. There is someone you desire to become through engaging in this process, through understanding this wisdom. Knowing this, you can see how Reality Architect is designed to bring you into contact with your resistance. Surfacing resistance and illuminating the fears that live within your mind body is an essential part of this journey. An equally essential part of these teachings is the expansion of your self-perception beyond a limited construct of self. This opens you to experiencing high energy states that are a clearer reflection of your true divine nature. It allows you to practice and anchor these learnings as a reality within your everyday experience. It allows you to architect your reality into alignment with your highest expression. Oh my God. At the moment, we are 3,800 meters up in the air, and the body dehydrates fast at this level. The only way to this experience is through your fear. Next teaching, we will dive into limitation, fear, and resistance in much greater depth. For now, understand that fear creates differentiation between frequencies. Fear-based thoughts and emotions have lower vibrations than ones that are born of loving acceptance. Your self-perception, which is mostly subconscious, determines what thoughts and emotions you magnetize and experience in your mind body. Therefore, as you expand your self-perception, which you do through the transmutation of fear, you anchor higher frequency thought and emotional patterns within your mind body. This is what we mean when we talk of raising your vibration. Raising your vibration means the signal you are broadcasting in the form of your frequency magnetizes the experience of a different reality. There are infinite colors, shapes, and forms of realities to experience. And being gifted with unique DNA and unique karma that begins the process of identity and attachment, you already have all the components necessary for a totally unique experience of life on this plane. You already know this, but I invite you to really feel into the implications of this. No one has the same blueprint for expression as you do. No one has the unique intelligence that you have gained through your life experience as you do. No one has your unique perspective. No one even has the exact same flavor of desires you do, because desires are an expression of all these interconnected elements. No one else can offer what you can offer the world. So why do we care? We live in a culture and time that homogenizes our uniqueness, that doesn't facilitate the growth and expansion of the unique individual, which actually serves the collective to a much higher degree than homogenization does. Instead, we are taught to suppress, deny, and disown parts of ourselves that are not accepted within our environment. As a tribal species, we prioritize what keeps us accepted, because what keeps us accepted keeps us safe. Well, kept us safe for thousands of years of physical evolution. So, it is unlikely that you really know yourself, that you really know the power of your uninhibited, unique, authentic expression. This is exciting. There are so many parts of yourself that you are yet to meet and experience. Let this revitalize your joy and inspiration for life itself, knowing that there is always another edge, another layer, always another expression of yourself waiting beyond the limitations of your past. This state of being allows you to enter the God zone, become a mystery to yourself, and you are reinitiated into the great mystery of life. Often, when we feel our radiance and excitement for life is lacking, we have become rigid by subconsciously binding ourselves to experiencing our past. So if you want to open to infinite possibilities for your life, then you can start with the thought that you are much more than you know. This requires a state of internal spaciousness. This only comes from presence. When we are disattached to the constraints of our past known experience, we create space for ourselves to grow into. So, as you progress through Reality Architect, allow old versions of yourself to die in order so that new ones may be born. Start to embrace death and destruction as a necessary part of creation. You desire to manifest life aligned with your highest expression? You are going to need to get really good at dying and rebirthing yourself over and over again. Manifestation is as much about destruction as it is about creation. You must weed the earth in order to create space for your seeds to bloom. You must practice discernment, cutting the cords of your awareness that are not coherent with the creation of your desire. The next aspect of manifestation we are going to dive into today is boundaries. We have a whole other teaching on boundaries. For now, let's just draw the outline. Boundaries are definition. They define energy flow. All life forms have boundaries to their experience. They are necessary for the beauty and diversity of life on this plane. They create the container necessary for evolution to take place. They allow certain energies within your system and keep others out. They therefore determine your unique resonance. So why do we care about boundaries within the context of manifestation? Because your resonance determines what you are magnetic to. Your resonance determines what you attract in the form of situations, experiences, and relationships. Without strong boundaries, the frequency that you are broadcasting is fuzzy and manifestation is slow. Without boundaries, you lack the internal coherence needed to accurately manifest what it is that you deeply desire. Boundaries create the container for your future embodiment to take form. Like water that molds to the container that holds it, your external reality shifts and changes depending on your boundaries. If you want to create an ice cube in the shape of a ball, you would use a spherical mold. If you want to create a star-shaped ball, you would use a star-shaped mold. When we shift our boundaries, we shift what we direct our energy towards. We choose to feed certain currents while diminishing others. We choose to accept certain energies and experiences, and we say no to others. Boundaries grow you in a certain direction. Understanding how to attune to, define, redefine, and communicate your boundaries is a natural ability of the reality architect. They are essential in maintaining your radiance and magnetism that pulls you towards what it is that you desire to attract. So we have covered a lot of ground so far. So let's do a little recap. We have already woven many threads into our growing, beautiful tapestry of creation and manifestation. We have masculine and feminine energetics that provide the basic polarity for the dance of creation in the first place. We have self-perception, which shapes the direction of our awareness and either opens us up to energy or closes us off from it. We have different planes of reality, mental, emotional, and physical, created through vibrational differentiation. We have thought and emotional patterns that shift our energy field, which draws us towards different situations, relationships, and experiences. And we have boundaries, which define energy flow and determine your unique resonance. So, what else should we explore? What other colors should we add to this picture that we are painting? What about desire? What is it that you desire to manifest? Who is it that you desire to become? What do you desire to attract into your life? Firstly, let me say that we have a whole other juicy teaching on desire, but we cannot architect our reality if we do not understand and embrace our true desires. Desire is the seed of creation itself. Desire is born because there is difference between self and other. It therefore creates the force of attraction that is necessary to draw us into the embodiment of desire. The process of following and manifesting your desires is one of transmuting resistance. It is the process of making the unfamiliar, your future desire, familiar, your present state, of progressively neutralizing the charge of attraction that you have towards it. Desires are born through every layer of existence. They provide the impetus for expansion itself. This means that the desires you have at the level of your conscious identity are only one thread of a much larger tapestry. The reality architect practices discernment with desire itself. They understand that the desires that will bring them fulfillment and enrichment are born from the deeper layers of their existence than their ego. True desires move through and out of your heart center, which actually acts as the guide into realities which are conducive with its creation. You are the vehicle for the expression of your desires. What we run into in a teaching like this is the limitation of language. We speak of manifestation as something that you do, but understand that the reverse process is also true. Just as you are moving towards your desires are in a sense dissolving you into them. The dance of manifestation is a dance of co-creation. You must create space to listen and receive the guidance of source intelligence just as much, if not more, than you need to act or do anything in the physical realm. Your desires, your heart-led desires, are within you because they are meant to be made manifest. In that same way that tiny seed for an orange tree contains the blueprint for the oranges themselves, your desires contain the blueprint for their materialization into form. The process of manifestation is one of attuning into the natural currents of inspiration that guide you towards the materialization of your desire. These currents can only be accessed within presence. And the more you are present and maintain an expansive sense of self-awareness, the more attuned you are to those natural currents of inspiration that are always guiding you. Your heart is your most trusted guide between realities. The reality architect is intimately attuned with the voice of their heart. The wisdom of the heart radiates through your nervous system and through your body. It contracts you away from certain experiences and pulls you towards others. While the mind provides vision, the heart and body guides you to understand if that vision is aligned with the expression of your true essence. When we feel into manifestation, it is often presented from the lens that it is us gaining control of something. In a sense, it does allow ourselves to free ourselves of limitation and fear that is shaping our experience of life. However, the process to get back in the driver's seat is paradoxically through the continued surrender of control. Cultivating trust in the face of fear again and again, providing the container for its acceptance, transmutation, and release. This requires the courage to surface those parts of ourselves that we have been suppressing and bring them into the light of our conscious awareness so they may be seen, understood, and released. It requires us to wholeheartedly embrace those patterns that we would rather pretend are not part of us. Did anyone ever say that growth was easy? Growth is by nature uncomfortable. It pushes us beyond our edges, and to move beyond your edges, you must embrace and accept your fears. This brings us back to our discussion on self-perception. If it is just you against the world doing it all, and it is just you that is manifesting every desire, you create mountains of resistance on your pathway to realizing them. However, when you surrender to the divine will that seeks to manifest and create through you, you cultivate a deep trust that allows desires to take their natural form through you and however they want to express themselves. This is an art. This is true liberation. True freedom is the gift that arises when you stop trying to control your fears and start embracing them. We will explore much more on this in our next teaching on fear and limitation. We have so many layers to add to our painting. This is just, believe it or not, a brief overview, so you can get a feel for the flavor of the teachings we will explore in Reality Architect and see if this portal can support your growth in this phase of your evolution. So, we have 13 powerful teachings as part of Reality Architect, as well as a key hypnosis series to help you create change at the deepest level of your being. We will be covering a lot of new territory and forging a new paradigm that catalyzes collective awakening. We will be exploring DNA and karma, brainwave states, neurotransmitters, and hormones, and how to leverage these to attract your desires. The alchemy of acceptance, responsibility, and awareness. How to remove blockages to manifestation through understanding masculine and feminine energetics, cause and effect, inspiration and motivation. We will be going deep into the laws of mind, attraction, mystery, and resonance. This is not Law of Attraction 101. This is a portal to reconnect with your divine nature and embody the infinite intelligence that allows you to live beyond limits and create life aligned with your highest expression. So, if you feel the call, if this resonates, trust the pull, and I will see you inside Reality Architect.